Hello and welcome to Experience Share. My name is Ursa Tuna. That doesn't work.
Ursa Luna. Yeah.
Ursa Tana.
Yeah.
Ursa Tuner. Let's just say Ursa Tuna is fine. AKA Tanner Greenring. And I'm joined by my co-host, Lilligant.
That's elegant. Lilligant.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Lilligant.
Yeah, I like that.
Frenzied Lilligant.
Frenzied Lilligant.
He was frenzied a moment ago, Bugcatchers. You should have seen him trying to get his fucking mics working.
It was a train wreck.
It was like watching a ape slam at a monolith.
Yeah, it was about the same.
His name is Josh Fjellstead. Welcome to Experience Share. We are in old Hisui, Joshua.
Hisui.
We've been flung back, wormholed back.
To what purpose, we don't know.
Right into the beach. You learned about us last week. My name is Doug Farmer.
And I'm Soren.
I'm a slug charmer.
I'm just a regular old boy who
just
kind of woke up on this beach. Yeah, just a charmer. Got a lot of ancient rune words and names floating around, but I don't know what the hell's going on.
There's no gyms. There's no checkpoints. What there are frenzied monsters, Joshua.
That's right. They're pillaging the lands, and people here are terrified of Pokemon.
Yeah, of course. They're all maniacs. Half of them are like have blood red glowing eyes.
And they kill you.
Little skull icons next to their names. And they don't kill you. You can actually kill a frenzied level 50 Onyx, I discovered, in one hit with a level 28 Cherum, if you really want to.
I didn't find an alpha Onyx, but I did take out the what's the evolved form of Hippopotamus?
Oh, yeah.
Hippopotas, the evolved form, Hippopowdon, that was level 45, also with like a level 31 or 2 Dewott, like water pulse.
Yeah.
But there's some scarier ones out there. There was
a bad
I saw a
that Tangela's pretty scary. That Tangela right at the start of the
what's the evolve?
Tangrowth,
yeah, that one I ran away from.
That one will catch you off guard if you're not careful.
Yeah, that one's terror. That's a terror.
Alpha Pokemon. It's a new thing. We're playing Legends Arceus. We're in old-timey
Hisui.
Sinnoh. But it's called
old-timey Sinnoh.
It's called Hisui now.
Is that
Hisui?
Could that have something to do with why Soren has an old name and he names all of his Pokemon after ancient names? Maybe, but I guess we'll find out.
Does it make you sad to know that in the modern world, in modern Sinnoh, like Soren isn't like a name that anyone is on anyone's lips? Or I don't think I've ever seen any like features or buildings or anything named after a Soren.
No, it's
in modern Sinnoh.
Really sad.
Does that bum you out? I mean, nor Doug Farmer, but that's not really Doug Farmer's mission, you know?
No, he's just out there to charm slugs, from what I hear.
Yeah. Wow, that really sucks to think about. I'm sorry.
Erased from history.
What did we do last week? We calmed a frenzied Cleavor.
Yeah.
Which is a alternate evolution of Scizor.
Yeah, regional form. Cleavor.
And I guess a evolutionary path, as we discussed last week, that eventually ends.
What do you mean? Ends?
Well, in modern, in modern
right, yeah.
Sinnoh, there is no Cleavor, so
yeah.
I think like that path,
that
evolutionary
extinct.
path proved like,
yeah, it wasn't
survival of the fittest. It wasn't fit.
Yeah, Scizor, I guess, ended up being the superior evolution for some reason.
I mean, probably because it has a body made out of metal instead of like ant.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense if Cleavor is part rock. It would make sense that the natural evolution that would survive is the one that becomes part steel. That's clever.
That makes sense to me, actually.
Yeah, that one tracks.
The agenda this week, we've been called back to the main office. They said, Doug Farmer, come back. We have so many more stars to give you.
Yeah. I think I caught up this week.
Should we do a quick star check?
Yeah, we can just do the star check now.
Star check! We should explain. My name is Doug Farmer, Slug Charmer, and I am
rank check.
No, it's not a rank.
Oh, we have ranks plus star. Yeah, sorry. I'm all caught up between two worlds. I don't know where I am. Star check.
We're part of a elite Pokemon capturing and killing task force called the Survey Corps.
Yes, a branch of Galaxy team.
And our job is to fill out a Pokedex by doing three things: observing Pokemon in the wild, capturing said Pokemon, and or killing them.
You have to do both to complete Pokedex entries. Like, how many have you killed? 3?
There was I already spoiled that there's a Cherrim on my team, so I can now say that when I evolved Cherubi, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Into Cherrim, I got a Pokedex update that said number of times evolved during daylight hours, and it said 1. And I said, I guess what? I'm never going to fill in that Pokedex entry because it already took me like an hour to find a Cherrim.
Yeah, I think I've seen one Cherubi.
A Cherubi. And it took me a while to grind it up to a Cherrim, too, because it's not a strong Pokemon.
One of these requests is related to filling out Cherim's Pokedex.
It's not going to
That
happen.
I made no progress on. Well, I should say an update as we were going into this game totally blind is... I think in the first episode, I commented that it was like, how the hell am I ever going to fill out the like Starly Pokedex for one of the other requests? And it isn't actually that you have to check every single box. It's that you have to do at least 10 things. So I think you could do it.
So if I'm doing 10 things, I'm doing all of them.
Okay, well, that's a whole lot of your problem.
I know you have that pulse inside of you too, and I know you're really resisting.
I'm trying not to. I am trying to complete many of them, and I did a lot, but other than that Cherrim one, because I think that one Cherubi I saw I killed, and then I like haven't seen them again.
It's nice. It's like a D&D a little bit. I have like favorite enemies, you know, where it's like when I'm trying to level a Cherubi and a Cherrim, I'm out there hunting Rhydons and Gravelers, you know, and I get a huge bonus against Rhydons and Gravelers because I can kill them in one energy ball.
Right.
So it's a little like, that's kind of, I mean, that's just my like kind of cold, dispassionate way of filling out my Pokedex.
Yeah, well, there was a Pokemon I needed to raise up this week, and my favorite enemy as a result became Carnivines.
Yeah, those
which
Carnivines
are also
fucking everywhere.
They're everywhere. They float around. Obviously, they're ugly.
I guess because they're like primal, because they're sort of like, you know, like they feel like
like a primordial plant,
fossilized kind of thing.
Yeah, it makes sense, and I love beating those up. And I had some one-hit KO moves that made it pretty easy. The Rhyhorns are actually pretty intimidating because they stampede against up to you.
No, they don't.
They were using like bulldoze. Well, I'm talking about me, like Soren, the character. Like they love charging at you and then using bulldoze on your human self.
On your ass.
So I had to fight so many of them if they caught me, you know, when I was like creeping around the grass.
They give you a lot of leeway with your human self getting hit.
Yeah.
To the point that I don't really pay much attention to it. And then it'll kind of sneak up on me. Like I'll be like hunting berries, just like throwing Pokemon at trees. And all of a sudden I'm getting like giant poisoned globs.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Like, where the fuck are these coming
Someone
from?
is suddenly throwing acid all over me. It's like a parasect, I think, usually. I had to fight a ton of those.
And then it's like, I gotta move. But luckily you can always just like hop on your weird ear and fucking hightail it out of there pretty quickly. We should talk about our first mission this week, Josh.
Well, we also didn't even finish our star check.
Oh, we didn't. 4 each.
4 each, yeah. I caught up.
I'm creeping to.
I had a lot of free time when I was in Texas for Christmas, so caught up on that.
Put in the work. Did you finish any more dexes?
Oh yeah, I mean, a ton of them.
I finished a bunch too. I'm trying to do all the slug dexes or slug adjacent dexes.
I don't know offhand how many I did, but it's a good number. And I completed whatever. There were at least 2 or 3 other requests that were related to completing
dexes,
Pokedex entries. The only one I have not finished is this Cherrim one.
The only side quests or requests, as they're called, that I haven't done are all the ones where I'm supposed to go fill out dexes.
Okay. I was making an effort at those.
I should get caught up. It's our fucking job. I'm sorry, I was too busy saving the Diamond Clan this week, Josh.
Oh, yeah. They need a lot of help.
I guess in your version of things, you just let them perish at the hands of frenzied Lilligant.
Oh, no. I saved them.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We have other things to do, Joshua.
Okay.
We have to get home. We have to report our successes, and we have to battle.
I think it's Akira.
Who's Akira?
The girl one. Don't we both have Akira? Is our rival? Oh,
I don't know.
It's Akira or Ray. But I think we have Akira, but I'm not
okay.
positive.
I don't know.
In any case, you fight Akira or Ray, who is your rival, and they have a Mime Jr. and a Pikachu.
Mm-hmm. Last time we battled them, they just had a Pikachu, right?
Yeah.
Now, can I ask a quick question about Mime Jr.?
Yeah.
Is it a slug?
No.
Mr. Mime, definitely not. Like, that thing has bones. I think it's mostly bones.
So
But take a look at Mime Jr.
You think of Mime Jr. being a baby. It's like a lot of cartilage, maybe not fully formed bones.
Look at its I guess those are legs underneath it.
I think those are legs.
It sort of felt like a bit of like a pod, you know?
It's pretty gloopy. I mean, but I don't know why you would really invest in Mime Jr.
I take
if you know
back.
it's getting bones.
We have a lot more Is It a Slugs to do, so I retract this Is It a Slug.
And like, why even fight for it? You want a Mime Jr.?
I'm just interested in slugs.
It's not a slug.
After we embarrass Akira, we're sort of finally unleashed upon a new world, a new section of the map.
Crimson Mirelands.
And there's a checkpoint out here, which is we're meant to go to the Salacion ruins.
Right.
Which are still here.
Yeah, my quick question on that one is
already here.
When was Salacion not in ruins?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because it's ruined in contemporary Sinnoh. It's ruins now.
Who were like the forerunners? You
know?
Like,
are we going to go even farther back?
It's a huge building that we go into. So it's like, well, what were the scale of these guys?
Like, was this an ancient city? Like, what happened here? We're already in ancient times.
There's an old lady here. Do you remember the old lady? Like, she's sort of involved. She kind of gets us up and running on all of the like story for this part of the journey.
Yeah, Warden Kalaba. She's got a cool look.
Kalaba, yes.
She's got a Bibarel is her favored Pokemon. And then she's got a bunch of leaves. She looks a little high.
Yeah, she's cool. I like her.
She's chill.
She's out here at the
ruins.
Salacion ruins.
Yeah.
She gets you to do a little bit of a fetch quest to go find like a missing piece of a plaque.
Someone stole it.
So you have to go find it, and you run into, I think, 3 of the most dynamic and interesting characters the Pokemon universe has ever introduced.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a trainer banger for the Misfortune Sisters.
Yeah.
Bandit great. Trio, Charm, Clover, and Coin. And they each have a little tagline about, how those relate to fortune. I think it's kind of obvious. Yeah. They all have cool looks. They talk a lot of trash. They're bandits, so that's cool.
You think you're going to get like a triple battle, right?
Yeah, I was really hoping for a triple battle.
Line them up, one after the other. Give me who you got. Give me your dark types and your poison types. But you really only fight one of them.
Yeah, you only fight Coin, at least for now. I hope that they will continue to be characters throughout this.
God, I hope they get their own fucking spin-off game. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, hell yeah.
There should be a dark Pokemon game.
You just get to play as the brigands.
Yeah, where you're stealing Pokemon.
Giving to the poor. That's what I like to think they're doing.
To rise up against like the bourgeoisie.
This entrenched elite that's forming around the Galaxy team.
Yeah.
They're fighting the power.
Hire us, Nintendo. We got an idea.
That's another freebie.
Get us in the shop.
Coin's got what you'd expect. It's a Toxicroak. Level
just
23.
One little baby Toxicroak.
Yeah.
Fucking dispatched it easily.
Then they give up the fragment, and you have to give it to Kalaba, who then...
and what do we learn about Joshua? What magical world does it unlock?
Oh, yeah.
We learn about the... when we insert the missing piece of the tablet in
Guess what?
Ruins.
It's written using unknown type.
Unowns!
They're shoving them down our throats again.
And it's not even that they're shoving him down our throats, Joshua. It's that it's now imperative. It's built into the core plot of the game that it's our job to figure out what the fuck these things are and catch, presumably, all 26 plus.
Yeah.
Are there numbers? Are there punctuation?
No. There's at least 26, but I don't know if it's going to... I don't think they have any punctuation. I guess they should.
Let's do our hit segment, Joshua. Unknown Hunter D. It's like Vampire Hunter D, except the D is Doug.
Got it. Okay. So would I be Unknown Hunter S?
You'd be, I guess you would be Unknown Hunter S.
Okay, that sounds cool.
How many Unowns you got?
One.
Wow.
I would maybe I mean, I may be on a Hunter S, but I'm definitely getting a D in terms of my performance in finding these things.
Yeah. Once you have been woken up to the world, to the presence of Unowns by, what's her name? Kalaba?
Yeah.
You start to see them everywhere. Or in Josh's case, one place. But
yeah, I did not see them everywhere. I didn't go out of my way to really look. I'm a little bit more keyed in on a different side quest that we'll get to.
They hide in things, and if you look really closely, if you're keen-eyed, you can often see them poking their little goofy eyeballs out of stuff. Particularly human-made structures, I've noticed. So I've taken to kind of looking around anything man-made, and sometimes you'll find an Unown.
Oh, that's hot tip.
I found 4.
Wow.
MDAH.
And that's just from keeping a keen eye? You want these things?
Right when we were getting going, I had 2. And then you said, give me a few minutes to go feed my cats. And I went to go level my Chirumi up. And in the process was walking through Diamond Clan and noticed one sitting on the side of a building. And I thought, this is now the 3rd one I found, and every single one of them has been like built into the structure of something human made.
That's good to know.
So I ran back to Jubilife and started scanning and found another one.
Okay. I'll take that under advisement.
That's some hot Unown hunter tip. It's like all of you have been invited into like the Unown hunter tavern after a big hunt, and you're like having the hunter's lodge. You're having like a champagne flute of like Unown extract.
Oh wow, that's what they do
to celebrate the hunt, and we're all talking about like our hunting tips.
I guess it is probably their structure is like it's all tubular. Like you could probably squeeze them, and then you get something weird out of there.
Yeah, in some parts of the world, they'll just like lop the top off of it and use it as a drinking vessel.
Yeah, I mean,
it's dead.
Speaking of the unknown D, that would work really nicely as a mug.
Joshua, let me put on my Doug Farmer Bug Charmer hat for a moment.
Okay, so it's Slug Charmer, I thought.
Doug Farmer Slug Charmer hat.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Is it a slug? Unown.
I think based on what I just said, I think it probably is a slug. I don't think they have bones in there.
Which is the most slug-like? Unown alphabet. Ooh, there is punctuation. Ooh, and exclamation point is definitely the most slug-like Unown.
That would be
hands down.
Definitely true. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good to know.
You are desperate to run an unknown again?
I don't know. I'm open to it. Joshua, I'm interested in the world of slugs.
Isn't the catch with this though that we can't battle them? Aren't they like unusable? I thought that was the thing.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure.
Well, maybe he'll be like
pretty sure somebody said that.
Can the Pokemon follow us in this game?
I don't know. How would I know?
All right. Well, it's a slug. It's on the list. Looking forward to. I don't think A, H, M, or D feel totally slug-like to me.
They're
personally
less sluggy. Yeah.
So maybe I'm going to wait until I find one that's a little more slug-like before I consider it. But
yeah, I think that's the right move.
Unown Hunter D. Doug Farmer 4, Soren 1. Sad. Where are we? Crimson Mirelands.
Yes.
There's a lot to see and do out here.
I spent, a ton of time here. I think I kind of checked off every little parcel of it.
You are hunting Unowns, obviously. You're hunting Wisps, which we haven't even talked about, but it's key.
Yeah, that was the request that I was a little bit more keyed in on.
The Wisps one?
Yeah, although it's
hard not to. They're so bright, you can see them from so far away, and you're just like, how am I going to get to that Wisp?
Yeah, it's harder during the day, but at night, they're very obvious. They cast a pall of purple around them.
Yeah.
But my thing is, I mean, obviously, I'm a collector. I'm very tempted to try to get all of these, and I have been making somewhat of an effort. I definitely got all the ones that are around Jubilife, but I don't have all of them in Crimson Mirelands or Obsidian whatever fields. I haven't gotten all of them, but I'm concerned about it because the reward for finding all 107 wisps is whatever twice spiced radishes are. That's your reward for all of them. That doesn't
better be a good fucking radish.
That doesn't sound that great. for all that work.
Well, I'm doing it because I'm a completionist, and there's no way like you can tell me to get 1 and then not expect me to get the next 100.
I mean, yeah, I'm definitely making an effort toward it. I'm not going completely out of my way yet, but we'll see what happens.
I've gone and nabbed every one I've seen.
Oh, if I see one, I get it. But
Yeah.
I'm saying I'm not like bebop and scotting around specifically looking for them.
Well, while we're here, Joshua, should we talk about our request ranking? It's
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
hard to say. Request ranking.
Request ranking.
Best request. So requests are side missions. You can talk to people, or there's like a mission board inside of the Survey Corps headquarters where you can pick up missions. A lot of them are filling out Pokedex entries. Weirdly, a lot of the ones for just people are filling out Pokedex entries, and the Survey Corps missions are like...
Or like giving them a Pokemon.
Yeah. Well, whatever. I'm like helping spread the word of like a benevolent life alongside Pokemon partners.
Yeah, we're like brand ambassadors for Pokemon. We're making sure
Wow.
people know that they're not
In so many
just
ways,
going to
Joshua.
kill you.
In so many ways.
Yeah.
Where were we? Oh, so side missions. So you can pick up these side quests. Every week we're going to talk about our best request and our worst request. Best request for you, Soren.
Aim for the big leagues. Did you do
Yes.
that one? Outside
Yeah, crushed
Jubilife.
it. Absolutely crushed it.
I was avoiding it, and then I had to go over there for some other reason. And then I was like, okay, I'm just going to try this out. And all you have to do is lob some Pokeballs at big Drifblim balloons, and you win prizes.
They surround you with a field of Drifblim blooms, like so impenetrable that like you could just like keep tapping A and you'll inevitably pop like 5 balloons.
Yeah, because one ball, if you line it up, can just knock out like 5 because they're like so stacked and condensed.
Every now and then you'll hit one that will give you extra time too, so you can really just like keep at it for a while.
Yeah, and to complete the request, you have to get over 10,000 points, and it took me like 2 tries. And you get 15 Great Balls and a Nugget, and Nuggets are worth $10,000 in this game. So that one, sure, it wasn't like the most thrilling or compelling in terms of like the story related to the request, but I'm giving it my best request of the week because it transformed my whole economy. 15 Great Balls is great, but then like in $10,000, like now I have like a nest egg, which is especially useful because Baggin, the guy who's in the Galaxy team headquarters, will upgrade how many inventory slots you can have, and it spirals very, very quickly. Where I think it's $7,000 for my next one.
I'm at 4,000 and I stopped. Although I am like swimming in money, and you can manufacture everything you need yourself.
Yeah, for the most part.
So you don't really need much money.
Well, right. So I'm spending most of it in inventory
I should get back
slots.
to him. Where is he? I lost track of him.
He's just on the ground floor in the Galaxy team headquarters.
I gotta get back there. I gotta talk to him again because I'll be out there and it's like, sorry, you can't pick up any sky tumblestones.
Yeah, it gets full.
It's like, but I only
quick.
have 600 back at the camp.
Right. Yeah, my storage. All right, what's your best request?
Playing with Drifloon, confirmed.
Oh yeah, I did that one.
Urban Legend, confirmed.
Yes, it is built into the game that we know Drifloon really just want to steal children.
Yeah, there's a whole mission where you have to go intercept a child from being kidnapped by Drifloon, and that's not an exaggeration. You see it happening. The Drifloon has the child and is trying to carry it away, and the child says, "Help me!" And you grab the child, and the Drifloon runs away.
Yeah, the Drifloon was trying to kidnap this child who is just behind like this shack on the beach.
Yeah.
It's very troubling.
Where's his parents?
I know, like, they have to...
Haven't you heard of Drifloons?
Get Galaxy Team to take care of this? The parents don't care?
I guess they're afraid of going out there and being kidnapped by Drifloon. But I'll tell you what, and now confirm, parents, rest assured, rest easy. You have nothing to worry about. Drifloons are not interested in kidnapping you.
It's right in the
name.
name.
Interested in kidnapping children. You would think if in the process of kidnapping a child, another child came across the scene, the Drifloon would just be more excited, not run off.
Yeah, you're right. And it's got 2 dangly little appendages that it could probably pick up both. Surprised it didn't try to take off with Soren, too.
Worst request. Headache stricken Psyduck.
Yeah.
It's just a fetch quest.
Yeah.
You just had to go back to the Jubilife city and get like a packet of medicine and then bring it back to the Psyducks in Diamond Clan Village.
Yeah, it's totally just go from Diamond Clan back to Jubilife, get a secret medicine, which I guess is, a throwback to the secret medicine is what gets the Psyducks that block your path in Sinnoh to go away. But yeah.
But if
totally
you're gonna do a funny reference, do a funny reference. Don't just make me go to a fetch quest. I guess it's a fetch quest in the original, huh?
Yeah, but it's kind of like
doesn't make it any better.
It's even. I mean, in that case, Cynthia just runs up to you and gives you the secret medicine, so you don't really even have to go out of your way, which you do in this one. But it's whatever. I don't mind going to Jubilife. I have
maybe
to
that
usually.
Healer in Jubilife is Cynthia, some kind of long lost Cynthia ancestor. Have we considered that? Maybe we just didn't dig deep enough into this.
I would think there's going to be lineage that is drawn way back here that impacts the Sinnoh timeline, I would think. So maybe that is another ancestor.
Seen it in the person who's in charge of the Survey Corps.
Yeah.
Who looks an awful lot like Cyrus.
Yeah. There's some kind of a resemblance, I would say.
Your worst request.
The search for bitter leaves. So the description is it's go out and find a Pokemon that's got 3 petals or leaves or something. And some family wants it to go make some new medicines, like some new pharmaceutical startup. And
wow, now we're getting on the ground floor of all these. We should invest in these things.
I know.
What are we doing?
What becomes Poketch?
Right.
It's pretty ambiguous. I was wandering around the Mirelands enough that I did eventually figure it out. However, the reason that it's my worst request, although I got some benefits out of it when we get into level check, but it turns out it's Petalil is the Pokemon you need, and they are all in at least the ones that I found. I don't know if they're in other locations, but I found them. It's somewhere around Gape Jaw area.
Yeah, where you have to I'm convinced the game wants you to try to break it sometimes to get where you need to go. They'll put king leaves up on a cliffside, and it's well, the only way for me to get there is to spam, dash, and jump on Weirdeer.
Right.
To glitch my way up the side of this mountain. Is that what you want me to do?
Yeah, that's what I did all the time. I don't know if they want it.
Or dash across a cliff and jump to try to get across the rivers, which are uncrossable in this game.
Yeah, you just drown.
And even if you slip in just a little bit, there's no beaches. It's just sheer rock faces that you can't climb up, so you drown.
And that's why this is my worst request, because I had to spend so much time. I just it's the Home of Trials. I looked it up. That's what the area was.
Yeah, the Home of Trials.
And it's an island. And I traced the entire riverbed to try to find a bridge,
the log bridge.
And there wasn't one. And I found this one spot that had as we were talking about in Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, actually, where you have a little ledge that kind of goes up. And then I was oh, maybe if I run at it. And I tried with my human self, and then I drowned. And then I eventually got to the Weirdeer, and I still had to do it a couple of times where you have to dash, jump, make it far enough that once you get off the Weirdeer, you can swim briefly before you faint. And then I made it over. But it took a while.
I'm getting pretty good at Weirdeer stunting.
Yeah, it is fun to
get to the trial
hack
homes pretty easily now, I think, when I got to get out there.
I think I would nail it now, but the trial and error was rough. But and then the other part is all you get is 3 fine remedies and then 5 Hopo berries.
Oh, I know.
I was that's not great for all that effort. Although there's some hot mon over there, and I did pick up some new Pokedex entries when I was over in that Home of Trials.
Speaking of hot mon, Joshua, I want to know if you popped any portals.
Oh,
after this break. Joshua, welcome back. Bug catchers, welcome back. Joshua, your name is Shigeru Omori.
Oh, it is? I thought it was Soren.
And you've been directing the Pokemon video game franchise more or less since 2014.
Okay, good for me.
You spearheaded the revolutionary Pokewalker system.
Oh, yeah.
You directed Pokemon Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon. No, sorry, you were a producer on Ultra Sun and Moon and Let's Go Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu. Directed Sword and Shield. And you're a producer on this game, Legends Arceus.
That's a feather in my cap.
You have made the crucial error of setting it in the past.
I wouldn't call it an error. I'm liking it.
And creating inevitable paradoxes.
Yeah, okay. That's fair.
How do you explain your way around them in the plot of an old-timey Hisui game?
Probably have to
I'll tell you how.
Okay.
Portal popping! Joshua, did you do any portal popping this week?
The space-time distortion fields, their scientific name. I desperately tried to.
They had to figure out a way to get Pokemon in this game that have no business being in this game, I think. And they found a pretty fucking fun way to do it.
That's what's going on in there. I desperately tried to get to a couple of them, and I could not maneuver my way before it disappeared. So I actually have not stepped foot in one yet.
They really give you a lot of time to get over there.
I think I got distracted by like a will-o-wisp or something, and then I like totally lost track of where it was, and I just, kept on my
I've only gone
way.
to the one in Crimson Mirelands. I haven't gone to the one back in Obsidian Fieldlands yet, assuming there is one there. But so far, only one has popped up for me in Crimson Mirelands, and it's kind of over on the far side of Lake Valor, so it takes a little weirder running to get over there. But if you start working your way over there once they tell you it's there, you can get over there pretty quickly.
What was in there?
What's not in there, Joshua? A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff is not in there. Very few things are in there.
Does it change like in Wind Waker where like you go underwater and you find the like time capsule of Hyrule? Spoilers. Is it like, does it put you in like a modern area of Sinnoh, or is it just...
Ooh, that would be interesting.
That would have been cool,
it's like a
right?
nightmare version of Sinnoh.
Oh.
It's like purple hellscape. Like tearing winds.
Like the distortion world, huh?
It's a distortion world a little bit. Pokemon pop in that you wouldn't expect to pop in. Pokemon pop in that you would expect to pop in. A lot of like drift blims will come in and attack you.
Ooh, scary.
And like Weasels. But they're all bigger, meaner, and they tend to attack you like 4 at a time.
Jesus.
And they'll kind of like blink in and attack you all at once. So it's a little bit of a challenge. There are some interesting Pokemon you can catch in
What
here.
kind of levels?
A lot of the high, I think. I wasn't really tracking them. I guess I caught Porygon Z that was already 31.
Oh,
so
that's
they're pretty
cool.
high.
Oh, that's really cool.
All the Eevee evolutions you'll find in here, kind of popping in and out. And then a ton of shards.
Oh,
red
shards.
shards,
Okay.
green shards, yellow shards.
Oh, so that's how they
assume will come in handy.
make up for the Grand Underground.
I assume Volo will want these things at some point, right?
Probably.
But yeah, you can catch cool Pokemon in here. Portal popping.
I'll make more of an effort to get in there.
Hey, Shigeru?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Elegant way around that problem.
Thank you.
I like it.
Pretty proud of that.
It's fun. It's fun to go hunt them down. Instances. Always fun. Pop in there, see what you can get. Fuck around a little.
Sounds like there's
pick up some shards.
Cool stuff.
What's actually on our agenda this week? Now that we're done with our requests and our portal popping and our unknown hunting.
Well, the main quest is called Arezu's Predicament, and
It's 2 parts. Part 1.
Battle in Ursaluna.
Yeah. Did you get the second camp up and running by Sludge Mound?
Oh, yeah. What is it? Bogbound? The Bogbound
camp? Yeah.
I did get that running again.
Once you do that, you can kind of go down to Sludge Mound and take on a new type of Pokemon. Well, an old type of Pokemon. An extinct type of Pokemon. Ursaluna.
Yes.
Which is, unlike Ursa Ring, a little bit more of a hulking beast. Walks on all 4s. Has like a big coat. Heavy coat. Big heavy claws.
And rather than just being normal, it is ground and normal. And looks cool. It is intimidating.
Yeah, it does look cool. It's intimidating. It's beastly.
Yeah, it's like a grizz.
And one of them is out here, and it's frenzied, but it's not frenzied.
Yeah, it's just like normal upset.
It's just pissed.
Yeah.
And it's our job to calm it down, and in doing so, we unlock the second ocarina song. That lets us summon.
Oh yeah, the Celestic Flute. Yeah. I wish we actually had to do it like the ocarina, where we had to use the controls to actually play the song, but it does summon Ursaluna like you can summon Wyrdeer. And Ursaluna's thing
Ursaluna's not fast.
Digging for treasure and sniffing out
radar
people.
I've not used it since accessing it. Have you?
I did. So I found Arezu. I just stumbled across her without actually using Ursaluna, because then you have to use the Ursaluna to like find Arezu, who's like stranded
up on the side of the hill, kind of up towards where Lilligant's going to be.
I didn't have to use Ursaluna for that part, but there was a request that involves tracking down some other like lost traveler, and I did use Ursaluna for that.
Primed for that?
Yeah. Yeah, you get a handkerchief from like her brother or her husband or something.
I have the handkerchief. I have not. Actually, you know what? I've not followed through on that quest, I think.
That one is a lot easier if you use Ursaluna, because I tried. I wasn't for a while, and then I was like, okay, I got to just follow this thing.
Yeah, I haven't really used it. It's cool, I guess. It's nice to have a item finder.
Yeah, real.
Or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I guess Ursaluna is the ancient item finder.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can dig up stuff. I did that a few times. Not bad.
Mostly I'm just riding that Wyrdeer, though, Joshua.
Yeah, including, the speed.
Did I do a Wyrdeer race this week? I can't remember.
I didn't come across
one of the side quests a race?
I didn't come across that.
Maybe I'm just fantasizing.
Could be. We probably don't have all the same requests, although I do usually try to at least collect all of them, even if I don't do it immediately.
We run into the Diamond Clan out here. Another clan. This one's a little less friendly.
Yeah, this one is cultier.
They're sort of like, they look at you a little sideways when you walk through their village. Their village is pretty cool.
Yeah, I like their little tents.
Sort of like round huts.
Yeah.
You can catch a Uno down here, by the way, if you're really eagle-eyed.
I'm going to go back. You mentioned that. I'm going to try to find that one. And Jubilife, I didn't even think about looking there.
Then the next thing we have to do is climb this hill, Joshua, and take on this frenzied Lilligant up in Brava Arena. It's a pretty, there's not a lot of story. The story in between catching the Ursaluna and going to take on the Lilligant is null. It's really what you make of it. If you're a good Survey Corps member or, desperate to catch a cherubi for some reason,
yeah,
you're never going to keep a Cherum on your team. You'll fill in the hours between catching your Ursaluna and your Lilligant. But if you're just out here trying to mainline the game, you can just make your way up, fight it.
Yeah, it's like northwest of whatever the opening camp is, the one by Golden Lowlands. So it's pretty. If you want to just beeline, it's pretty easy. But I used the opportunity to go all the way from like that diamond settlement up to the Brava Arena, and I got sidetracked down by Lake Valor a few times. There was something called the Shrouded Ruins that were too scary for me to go in there.
Too spooky? Yeah. I hope you don't have to go in there at some point. We meet a guy called Adaman, who's... I don't think he's in charge of the Diamond Clan, is he? He's just sort of like a prick who,
I think
lives with the Diamond Clan.
I think he's high up.
Is he?
I don't think he's...
Anyway.
Oh, he is the leader. He's the leader of Diamond Clan.
Well, no wonder they're all jerks. They're, run by a jerk.
Yeah, he's got big jerk energy.
He wants you to take care of this manic, crazy, fevered dancing. Do you remember? There's a story that goes around the internet every few years of a town in Germany in the 1400s where everyone caught some dancing virus and danced themselves to death.
I haven't heard that. That's missed me on its many rounds that it's made on the internet.
I don't know if it's true, but that's what happened. That's what's happening to this frenzied Lilligant up here. And by the way, it doesn't look like any fucking Lilligant I've ever seen.
No, it's a regional variant. I guess another ancient predecessor to the modern day Lilligant. And this one is grass and fighting. Very elegant dance moves.
A ballerina.
Yeah, it's just a ballerina.
And you have to dispatch it. I did easily. It's got splash damage. It'll jump at you.
Yeah, it does a lot of
the way, or else it'll splash you.
Does a lot of area of effect of either jumping quickly or doing a huge leap, and then you kind of have to dodge waves of damage.
Yep, and throw bait at it or soothing balm at it. And of course, once you get it low enough, you're in for the battle of your life. Joshua, let's talk about the teams we brought in. Level check.
Level check.
Who you got this week, Soren?
Oh, I did a lot of swaps.
Did you? I'm interested.
Josh me.
You have no set theme, so you're just swapping for the sake of like, I guess, aesthetics and
diversity,
and team build.
And I was getting, I was like, I cannot run a golem and a staraptor again. So I booted them specifically.
Yeah, thank goodness.
The two that are remaining from the first episode are Philippus, who is now a Samurott, level 36. Starter. Yeah. Dark and Water is the regional variant, and it looks cool.
Wow, that's cool.
I like it. And then Bjarni is a Luxray now, level 36 as well.
I don't have any problem with that.
And then the newcomers are Satet, the Hippopotas, level 31. Wow. That's the replacement for Graveler.
Hippopotas.
Hip-hop Anonymous?
I had to catch 2 of those.
I had to catch a bunch of those.
The lady who runs the clothes shop.
She wanted a male and a female in order to design some new outfits based on their different colorations.
It's cool. I like that.
That's how I ended up.
You know what it reminds me of? In the original Assassin's Creed games with Ezio, you could bring shit to, I think it was Leonardo da Vinci.
Ooh.
And he would like make you new outfits and stuff. That's kind of what this is like.
Yeah, I hope that will continue to be a thing. I thought that was pretty clever for how you can unlock new clothes. So then I was I was trying to replace the Staraptor, and I wanted to have a little bit more type diversity. So what I ended up doing was going for a drift balloon.
Oh, was it the one that was trying to capture that boy?
No, it's a different one. There's a bunch of them in one of these areas that we were at, and I was like, I've never
the boy
run
catcher
one of
is
those.
still on the loose.
Yeah, I'm
really doing your part, Soren.
I troubling inspiration for it, but I actually am really liking the drift blim that I've got now.
Drift blim, yeah.
Amit, the drift blim, is level 32. Great. I mean, we'll get into it, but that was my savior in the fight against the Lilligant because it has Mystic Fire.
Oh yeah,
and that was like a one hit whenever I was finally battling Lilligant in between dodging all of its attacks. Frangag is also new. Krogunk, level 33.
There's a lot of Krogunks out in these swamps, these muddy, acidic swamps of the Crimson Mirelands.
Yeah, and in the last game I made Toxicroak a sweetie, and I was like, why don't I just try running it? See if it's any fun. But I think it evolves at level 37, so I'm not there yet. Krogunk is very weak, so I didn't use it that much. I had the hope of getting it up higher because, it's got poison moves, and that would have been super effective on Lilligant too, but I couldn't get it there.
Sure, that's what I did.
Enough.
Took the easy route.
And then when I was out looking for those Petalil on that island, I noticed that there is just a preponderance of Goomies.
Ooh, yes! That's why I was out there. That's why I had to jump out to the island. Now I'm remembering.
You wanted a Goomy? I got a Goomy. It's
couple of Goomy guys.
An ancient, like
Sorry,
Old English.
I spoke over his
dragon.
name. What was it?
Shurvage. Some sort of
Shurvage.
like, mythical dragon in like Old English.
Love being Goomy guys with you.
Oh, you're a Goomy guy? Oh, yeah, that's a slug. I'll give you that one for sure.
Yeah.
And that's level 34. Try it out.
Great.
What do you got, Doug?
I'm confident about 2 slugs. There's Slug Starter, my West Seashellos, level 38.
Slug.
Sort of my main starter, my Slug Starter.
Yeah.
That's how it got the name. And then there's Slime Armor, Goomy, level 34. Very confident about those 2 being slugs.
Yeah, 100% slugs.
Next 4 are Is It a Slug?
Okay. What do you got?
The first one is Rock Harder, which is Onyx, level 35.
Huh.
Definitely looks like a slug.
Yeah, it looks like a slug.
A slug made out of rocks.
I mean, we were kind of discussing that with Cleavor as well. I think that's not bones. It's rocks. I don't know that there's a skeletal structure connecting them.
And like, of all the things, it's definitely like slug shaped.
Yeah, I think so. And I know you were pretty upset about that Onyx in Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl getting killed because of me.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you. Let's fulfill your dreams here. And you could try out an Onyx and a Steelix.
Onyx, slug. I thought you were going to get me on the technicality of the Pokechecks yourself. because it's definitely listed as rock snake Pokemon in the Pokedex. I think what they meant was rock slug Pokemon.
Yeah, that's just a translation error.
Duck Charger Porygon Z, level 34.
Well,
look at the body of this thing. It's definitely slug-shaped.
I mean, I don't think it's by definition a slug, but it is a
why
computer
not?
program.
What is it if not a slug?
Well, it's a computer program, wasn't it? It's
Yeah.
it's the incarnation of
but it looks like a
digital
slug,
version.
Right?
I don't know that
Sort
it
of
looks like a
slimy little
slug. I think it's probably pretty solid. I don't know. That one is pretty neither here nor there.
Well, if you don't think Porygon Z counts, then you're not going to like the next two. But they're both on the chopping block anyway.
I would be, well, let's see what you got, but I think Porygon Z is kind of a gray area that I could probably live with you having.
Fug Squirmer is Tangela, level 34. Now this, I asked Miles, I was like, do you think this is a slug? And he said, no, it's gross. And I said, yeah, but like, you think those are slugs? And he's the little worms? And he said, no, I think they're gross.
There was a request where some girly wanted a Pokemon that's covered in vines, which is obviously Tangela.
Yeah.
And when you give her one, she's like, oh yeah, look at all those vines. I wonder what's going on in there. And I'm like,
slugs.
Yeah, man, like we all want to know what's going on inside there.
It's just a writhing mass of slugs on the inside. No, I don't know. It's probably not going to last on the team.
It's got the 2 little feet. I don't think that's a slug.
It's too hard to run. It's not good, and it gets killed in one hit by pretty much everything.
I think Tangrowth is probably good, but that's even less sluggy. Yeah, I don't.
And then
I don't think
also, is it a slug? And also on the chopping block is something I just, for some reason, just persevered for this week. Sun Amore.
What?
It loves the sun.
Oh, okay. Amore. That's Amore.
Cherim, level 31. Caught a cherubi shaken out of a tree.
Yeah.
What do you mean not a slug? Cherim dark form? Look at dusk form Cherim. I can't believe you. You're looking it up? Overcast form Cherim. What is it if not a slug? It's just like it's just a big like gloop.
Let me see this thing.
It's got no feet.
Gloopy.
Well, I'm not keeping it on the team.
Yeah, well, sunshine form definitely not. Overcast form, I guess it could be sluggy in there.
It's a little sluggy. I'm not keeping it on the team. The pure grass types, I got no handle on, I feel like, anymore.
Why? There's not enough going on for you?
They go down in one hit. It feels like no matter whom I'm up against, except Rhydons and Gravelers, they're just instantly getting killed.
Yeah, pure grass has gotten a little boring.
But I will tell you what, they were both super helpful in the battle against crazed, frenzied Lilligant this week.
Insane
because
Lilligant.
They both know... Oh, sorry. No, it was Gumi and Tangela who did a lot of the heavy lifting because they both know acid spray.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all you need.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I just used Drifloon the whole time. So this time I did beat Lilligant on the first try, but she had me down, like she had Soren down in the red. I think if I got one more hit, I would have died, but I did pull it off this time. The battles were much easier than with Cleavor. Well,
while we're trading kind of stories around the tavern here, I have one piece of advice for you.
Wallflower in? Yeah.
Get fucking good, Joshua. It's not hard. It's a big.
But I beat it. I beat it in one try.
All right.
I'm liking these boss battles, though. They are a real challenge. That's refreshing.
I love this game. This game is the most fun Pokemon game we've played in a while.
Yeah, agreed.
Just new, fun, interesting. I like the mechanics. I like all the mechanics.
Yeah, I think for the most part, like maybe even all of the part, the changes to the mechanics are good.
It's fun hunting Unowns, looking for their like squirrely little eyes everywhere.
Yeah.
It's fun like seeing if you can get your rank up, your star rank up. Good game.
Very good. Good job, Shigeru.
Yeah, hey, Shigeru.
Amori.
Amori, can I tell you something? Good game.
Oh, I guess he was the producer on this one, but whoever the director was, good job too.
We should probably just look up the director. We're so lazy for a couple of Pokemon journalists.
I know, we just said that we're programmers too.
That's our other selves.
Right. There's a lot of different
Chef Greenring and
personalities and characters. Breathe.
We should go, Joshua. We have got to go find the Lord of the Isles.
Yes, the Lordless Island.
And take on, I think, a Frenzied Arcanine, maybe?
Yeah, I think it's a Frenzied Arcanine. That's all that we know.
It's called Molten Arena.
Yeah.
It's going to be something
Sounds
hot
tough.
and frenzied.
So that's where you got to do.
We're trying not
next
to do
week.
walkthroughs this season.
Yeah, we're doing it only to this.
The tech doesn't exist.
Right. We have no way of
If
looking it up.
Soren and Doug Farmer can't go look up a walkthrough, then neither can we.
Yeah, beyond just giving you a signpost to aim at for next week.
Until then, Joshua, I've been Ursutana.
Ursatuna.
You don't have to say it again. And
Okay,
you've been Lilligant. This has been Experience Share. Please do rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts and do follow the show everywhere that you follow podcasts, and do follow us at EXPSharePod on Threads and Instagram and X.
The site formerly known as Twitter.
Speaking of lordless isles.
Yeah. Also check us out at on our subreddit, reddit.com/r/bugcatchers. Can play along there. It's pretty active this season. I think people are rearing up for this Arceus game, so you can do level checks with the rest of the bug catchers.
Get in with us. Mix it up with us. We'll battle you too. I don't care.
We'll battle.
Come take on the slugs.
One of these days. I don't think we actually can yet, but maybe we'll try for the third leg.
Yeah, the tech's
if we
not
can.
there.
I don't know.
I guess we'll have to pop into one of those bubbles if we're going to make it work.
Yeah, that's probably where
You think
have
any
to
of those
do it.
bubbles ever take over Jubilife? That would suck.
That'd be a real nightmare that we'd have, and we'd have to clean it up. I gotta
People would
clean
die.
it up. Yeah, these people, they're defenseless. They can hardly even go up against like a Bidoof without freaking out. Their children are getting kidnapped by Drifloons. I mean, it's a mess out there.
Let's go.
And you can also buy some merch at expsharepod.com.
Joshua! Bug catchers! Chip, chip, cheerio. Alola. Goodbye.
Alola. Smell you later.